if it's rusty or awkward. Let's get started in a comfortable seat, whatever works for you. Your spine rising tall, shoulders dropped down, your back away from your ears. Eyes can close, or you can just soften your gaze. We'll just take a moment or two and breathe. Give yourself permission here to transition to this practice, this breath, today's version of you. And just notice what's there. How does your body feel? How is your breath moving? Is your mind quiet or full of thoughts? We'll take about 5 more breaths, just settling in. If you like to practice with setting an intention, go ahead and do so now. It's just your own word or phrase, your reminder to yourself of why you came to class today. And then bring your hands to your heart. We'll seal those intentions in with a big breath in and a great big breath out. Eyes can blink open, arms reach up to the sky, fingers sparked. Let's all shrug the shoulders up tight and tense and notice how awful that feels. And then let it go, as if all the stress just traveled out your body with those shoulders dropping down. And then take one hand down, other hand reaches up and over. Big side stretch here. Inhale, rise up tall, both hands reaching high. Exhale, stretch the other way. Rise up again, reach. And then take a gentle twist. One hand behind, one across the front, and look back behind you. Inhale, back to center, reach up tall. And exhale, twist it out the other way. Inhale, back to center, reach up. Drop the hands back behind you, fingers find the mat or the ground. Lean back, let that open up your chest. Let your head drop back if that feels okay in your neck. Rise up again, reach fingers high. And exhale to forward fold. Rounding your spine as much as you can. You can drop as low as it feels good. And then make your way all the way back up. Let's come over to all fours. Just continuing to gently warm the spine, wiggling around a bit with some cat-cows. So you inhale to look up, and you exhale to round the other direction, chin to chest. Inhale, let the belly drop, reach your heart forward. And exhale, dome up through the shoulders. Again, inhale. Exhale. Come back to neutral and make it a strong neutral. So you're pushing the ground away a little bit. And then let's take your right foot straight back behind you. Dig the toes into the ground. Press your heel back so you get a little stretch through the calf muscle for a moment. While you're there, make sure you're still strong through your core and hands are pushing flat down into the ground. Then lift the right leg up in line with your hips, not too high. Flex that right foot and really keep reaching back. Then add on, the left hand can reach forward. Think about getting long from fingers all the way back through your right foot. One more big breath here. And then exhale, elbow to knee, chin to chest. Curl it all in. Inhale to reach. Everything comes back into the center. Curl into a little ball. Reach it out long again. One more like that. Inhale, reach. And lower that side down. We'll do the same thing on the other side, nothing too fancy. Dig the left toes in, straighten the left leg back behind you. Then lift that left leg in line with your hips. Send energy out through your foot. Right hand has the option to reach forward. Big breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee, curl in. Inhale to reach. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, extend. One more like that, exhale. Inhale, reach. And lower everything down. Let's take one cat-cow here just to find center again. And then come back to your neutral, strong, flat neutral. Take the right leg straight back behind you again, foot flexed. And then you're gonna swing it out over to the right. I'll turn so you get a different view. So right leg is out straight to the side, to the right. Hands are still on the ground. Take a cat-cow here and make it all about moving your pelvis. As you look up, you're tipping your low back deep. And then round and tuck your tail under as much as you can. Come back to neutral and then drop down to forearms. You can stay right here if this is enough stretch. I don't know if you can still see me. You can also stretch the arms out so your chest is taking on like a puppy dog pose shape, but that right leg is sticking out to the side. I'll turn one more time and give you a different view. So hips are high in the air, chest is falling towards the ground. Right inner thigh especially might be feeling a little stretch. Let's give it 3 more breaths. And then bring yourself all back into the center. Hands under the shoulders, knees on the mat. Take a cat-cow. Things probably feel a little lopsided. So let's go and balance that all out. Take your left foot straight back behind you. And then swing the left leg out to the left side, foot down to the ground. Then you have your choice. You can, while you're there, take a few cat-cows so we get that stretch. Move the hips and the pelvis. And then curl in your spine. And then come back to neutral. From neutral, come down to forearms. You can stay right there if that's enough. Or stretch the arms out straight, chest falling towards the ground. Your chin or your forehead can rest on the mat. If you happen to be carrying any tension or stress, usually it's in the shoulders and the hips. So we are targeting that, trying to let it go with every breath. Last big breath here, all the way in. Empty it out. Walk the hands back in, bring the left leg in, all fours. And once again, a cat-cow. Inhale up. Exhale round. All right, from here, tuck your toes, send your hips high. Let's find a down dog shape. Take a moment and get your wiggles out a little bit. Pedal the knees, maybe shake your head or your shoulders. On an inhale, come forward to a high plank. And this is a perfect measurement for your down dog. So if you're in a high plank with wrists under the shoulders, your body's a pretty flat, straight line from head to heels. That's where your hands and feet should stay as you press up and back into down dog. And for some of us, that feels like, oof, that's a lot longer than I had originally set up. That's just gonna help you stretch down the back of your legs and out through the arms and the shoulders. So come forward to high plank again. Exhale, press up and back, down dog. 4 more like that, just rocking forward and pressing back. Last time, inhale forward to plank. Exhale, hips high, down dog. Now walk your hands all the way back to your feet and fold in half at the back of your mat. Let your head hang heavy, arms dangle, give a little wiggle side to side. Let's take the right hand and hold onto your left ankle. Knees can be bent as much as you like. And then reach the left hand high to the sky to twist. This is one of my favorite stretches that I feel right down the outer hip, IT band, and then down into the back of the left leg. Give it some breath. Come back down through center. Take your left hand to the right ankle and the right hand up to the sky. You can work the right leg a little bit straighter, kind of stick the right hip out, lean into that stretch. And then soften down to the center. Walk your hands forward, down dog once again. Give it a nice big breath. And exhale, let it go. Look forward, tiptoe your feet up to your hands, fold in half at the top of the mat. Lift halfway up here and hold and breathe. Work a few things here. Press strongly through your feet. Hands press into the shins, and as that happens, your chest will puff up and reach forward just a bit farther, right into the plank. Feel the stretch down the hips and hamstrings, the back of your butt. Collarbones wide, shoulders down your back. One more breath here. And then as you exhale, soften, forward fold. Let's round all the way up to standing. Take your time. Reach the arms out and up, look up to your hands. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a nice big breath in and out. Good. We're going to move through some not sun salutations, but something sort of based on a sun salutation, only because I'm nursing a sad shoulder today and I don't want to do a lot of chaturangas. So here we go. Inhale, arms reach up high. Grab your wrist with your right hand and stretch over to the right. Stay here for a moment, feet pressed equally into the mat. Breathe. And then rise back up, switch sides, and stretch over to the left side, bend your body this way. Inhale up to center. Let that turn into a gentle back bend, looking up to the sky. And as you exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten out. Exhale, both hands press down, right foot steps all the way back. Lower your knee. Inhale, arms high. Stack ribs over hips as you sink forward, inviting the big stretch into the right hip flexor. You could play with arm variations here, anything you like, really. They could reach back behind you. You could interlace hands and puff up your chest. You could open the elbows wide like goalposts, or you can just keep them reaching high. One more breath. And then exhale, hands down, hips draw back, half splits, straightening the left leg. Pull gently into the left hip, pull it back. Good. Rebend the left leg. Bring both hands to the inside of the left foot and let the left toes hang off the edge of your mat. So now we're in a lizard lunge. You can wiggle into a little bit. One more breath here. Then tuck your back toes under, lift up that back knee, push your hands down strong into the ground and keep your left knee attached to your left shoulder as you pick up the left foot. Big breath here, push the ground away, and then exhale straight up and back into a three-legged down dog. Left leg is high. Big breath. And then bring that foot to the ground, down dog. Big inhale. Big exhale. Let's take the right leg up to three-legged dog, reach it high, and then touch your knee to your nose. Look forward, step your foot forward in between your hands or somewhere close and help it. And then lower your back knee down. Rise up, reaching the arms to the sky, the hips gently falling forward. Big breath here. Arm variation of choice, whatever makes your shoulders feel nice. And then as you exhale, hands come down, tuck the back toes under, step forward and fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift, and fold. Stand all the way up, reach to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, reach tall. Stretch over to the right, that side bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, stretch left. Inhale, center, little back bend, look up. And then exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the mat, left foot steps all the way back this time. Lower the left knee. Inhale, arms up, reach to the sky. Sink the hips forward. 5 breaths here. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Pull your hips back. This time the right hip is drawing back. That half split is over the right leg. Breathe here. Although we're very clearly stretching a lot in the right leg, notice what's happening everywhere else in your body too. Can you soften your face and your jaw? Move the shoulders down, away from your ears. Breathe bigger. Okay, rebend the right leg. Bring both hands to the inside so the right toes are hanging off the edge. And here's your lizard lunge. Not here for too long, so just let the hips fall forward. Take a moment. And then a little burst of strength here. Press the palms down, tuck the back toes. Keep the right knee hugged against the right shoulder. Pick up your foot. Breathe so strong. And then shoot it up and back, three-legged dog. Bring both feet to the mat, down dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg reaches up to the sky, three-legged dog, big stretch. Touch your knee to your nose and step your foot in between your hands. Lower the right knee to the mat. The arms reach up, chest is high, sink the hips forward. Last time like this here. And then exhale, palms down to the mat. Tuck the back toes and step forward, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Stand up, reach to the sky. And hands to the heart. Good, pause for a moment here. Eyes can close if you like. And just give yourself that moment of check-in. How are you? How is your body? How is your breath? How is your mind? And then we'll keep going. Eyes can blink open if they closed. Feet are hips width apart, not too wide, not too close. Arms will reach straight up to the sky, and then lift your heels and we'll balance right here. There's not really anything terribly fancy happening. You're just working that balance, but we want to take the wobble out of the ankles if possible. We also want to keep a nice stacked alignment so the shoulders are over the ribs. Don't let the ribs pop forward. The hips are right below, and they're over the top of the knees. Everything's stacked. If you want to give yourself more challenge for the next 3 breaths, close your eyes. And if you fall or you take some tiptoe steps, that's okay. Come back down when you're ready. Shake it off a little bit. Let's stand strong on your left leg. Hug the right knee up to your chest. And then we'll turn it into a camper's pose to keep stretching into those outer hips. So flex your right foot, cross it over the top of the left knee, hands to the heart. And then you start to sit. Send your butt backwards, lean your chest forward. Find that place where all of a sudden your right hip says, oh, that's working. And hang out right there. You can bring forearms down to your shin. Make sure you're still breathing those smooth, big, steady breaths if you can. And then with control, stand up and bring your foot back down to the mat. Switch sides, stand strong on the right leg. Hug the left knee up, tip it over and make that figure 4 shape. Keep the knee opening back behind you as much as you can. And then sit down into your camper's pose. Find the stretch in the outer left hip if you can. Two more breaths here. What happens if you reach your chest forward and flatten your back just a bit more? Great, stand up and let it go. Take a big breath in. Empty it out. Standing at the top of the mat again, reach your hands high, look up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands press down, both feet step back, high push up. You can take a chaturanga if you like, or you can skip it like me and find your way up and back to down dog. Breathe here. Lift your right leg as high up into the sky as you can, that big stretch, almost like you're doing the splits. And then step the right foot forward in between your hands. We're going to high lunge this time, so reach up to the sky. Keep the left leg straight and strong. Heart is lifted high, but there's also that stacked posture again, ribs over hips. It might mean bending the left knee a little bit and then work the leg a little bit straighter again. And you can play. There will always be that push-pull happening there as you work for the alignment versus straightening the leg. One more breath, lift high. As you exhale, let's bring hands to the heart, tip the torso forward and fly into a warrior 3. Right into the plant. Breathing here in a warrior 3. We want to keep both hips pointing down at the mat. Flex the back foot, push energy out through it. Reach energy out through the crown of your head. You're long and strong here. Then drop your hands to the mat. Let the left leg fly high. Standing splits, forward folding over the right leg. Work that left leg up, up, up into the sky. And breathe. If you'd like, you can turn this into a balance by taking one hand or both hands to your right ankle. We'll take 3 more breaths wherever you are. If you fall, just come back. And then slow motion, gracefully as you can, step the left foot back, rise up for high lunge. Big breath here. And then exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Step straight back into that 3-legged dog again. Lift the right leg high. And on an exhale, bring it down to the ground. Down dog, big breath. Lift the left leg high into the sky, stretch. And then step it forward, high lunge. Rise up with breath. Play with the stretch in the hips, the alignment of the ribs stacked on top. Keep the shoulders down, away from your ears. And then we're going to move this into your warrior 3. So your hands to the heart, tip the torso forward, and fly. Breathe here. We're working for your body to be in the shape of a capital letter T. Back leg is long and in line with the hips. As you exhale, let the hands go down to the ground, forward fold over your left leg, while the right leg reaches for the sky, standing splits. Good. It's looking really strong. Bring lots and lots of energy into your right foot as it lifts up just a little bit higher. If you'd like, you can play with the balance again, bringing one hand or both to your left ankle. Slow motion, gracefully step back. High lunge, rise up. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Left foot goes straight up and back to that 3-legged dog. Big stretch. And then place it down, down dog. Breathe here. One more breath in. Exhale, look forward. Inhale, feet to hands, halfway lift at the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Rise all the way to standing, reach for the sky. And exhale your hands to heart. Big breath, reset. Good, inhale, arms up, look up. Dive it forward all the way down. Halfway lift. Hands press down, feet step back, make your way to down dog, your choice, how you do it. When you arrive, breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Right leg reaches up and back, that long line again, and then step your foot between your hands. This time go to warrior 2. Back heel spins down. Front knee is bending and strong. Arms are reaching. Straighten the front leg, the right leg, and then reach out over the right foot. You can let the right hand drop down, the left hand goes high to the sky for triangle pose. So there's lots of ways you can build on this pose. One is taking all of the weight out of your bottom hand. Pull your hips back, but reach the crown of your head forward. So you're getting long through your spine. 3 more breaths here. Maybe you open your chest a little more towards the ceiling. Then use your inhale to rise up right in the center. Turn both feet so the toes are pointing at the long edge of your mat. Hands to your hips. Puff up your chest really tall and forward fold right down the middle. Drop your hands down. Let the crown of your head drop down. And breathe into this nice forward fold. You can even make it a little more active if you like by using the strength of your arms, bent like chaturanga arms. Pull the crown of the head a little closer to the ground. On an inhale, come up halfway. Exhale right there in the middle. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, warrior two, bend into that front knee. Flip your right palm up to the sky, reach back, reverse warrior, stretch long. And then exhale, hands down to the mat. Three-legged dog, right leg high to the sky. And place it down to the ground. Down dog, big breath in. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. Left leg stretches up high to the sky. Step it forward. Rise up, warrior two. I'll spin around so you get the front. Left knee is bending, arms are strong. Root down into your feet. And then straighten the left leg, setting up a triangle pose. Reach, 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 reach as far as you can out over the left foot. Then the left hand can go down, the right hand can go high. Make sure the right foot is showing up and doing some of the work here. It likes to kind of not do work. Press down through the bottom of that foot. Crown of the head is reaching out over your left toes. One more big breath here, in. Exhale. Rise up. Both feet point again at the edge of your mat. Hands to hips, puff up your chest tall, and then forward fold right down the center. You can take that same chaturanga arm forward fold that we did before. If the crown of your head has worked its way down to the mat, perhaps you start playing with a little bit of a headstand here. So strong arms, elbows are hugged in towards one another, just like you would be doing in a chaturanga. Rock the weight out of your heels. Start to transfer it, play, and maybe today's the day. Things lift up. Legs split. You're working core strength and control here. Go as slow as you can. And we'll find our way back to the center. Everybody inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale right there. Inhale, rise all the way up. Warrior two on the left leg again. Bend that left leg. Big breath in. And out. Flip your palm. Reverse your warrior. Reach back. And then exhale. Hands to the ground. Take it back. Left leg reaches high to the sky. And then both feet on the mat. Down dog. Take 3 breaths right there in down dog, or lower your knees for a child's pose if you'd like a moment to just be still. And then we'll meet back in down dog. Everybody breathe in. Breathe out. Look forward. Step or hop feet to hands. Halfway lift at the top. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to stand up tall, reach for the sky. And exhale, hands to heart. All right, great work so far, everybody. Let's step feet out to the edges of the mat. Toes are kind of turned out. So mine hang off the edges while the heels are on the mat. And then slide down into a malasana or yogi's squat. The goal here is to get deep down in the hips for flexibility. So we're not holding here in a squat like we're trying to build strength. We're trying to drop even lower than that. Of course, if this is not a happy place for you, there are variations. If you have a yoga block or any book or anything you can sit on, It works as a bench right there underneath your bum. We'll stay for a couple more breaths. And then reach your arms forward. I'm going to turn and have a seat. Right down onto your bottom. Legs lift up, boat pose. Work to keep a really tall spine here. That means engage the abs and the core. Shins can stay parallel to the ground, but hug your legs in towards one another. Breathe like this is your happy place for 3, 2, long neck. 1, lower everything down 1 inch off of the mat. Take your arms up over your head. I promise it'll be over soon. Flutter your feet for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Breathe. All right, let's do a couple of back bends. So while you're there on your back, bend your knees, plant your feet into the mat. Reach your fingers down until they can touch your heels or they're very close to touching. Keep the feet hips width apart and the knees hips width apart. Exhale all the breath out and then inhale, lift your hips to bridge pose. Make this a little bit of all the muscles working here. It's legs and hips and glutes, back, chest, shoulders. 1 more big breath in. Exhale, lower down. Take a little windshield wiper with the knees. Soften things up. We'll do 1 more round of that bridge pose. If you'd like to take a full wheel, the prep for that would be hands here by your ears, elbows up at the sky. Again, I'm gonna skip it today to be nice to my shoulder. You make your choice for a back bend. Exhale your breath out. Inhale, bridge pose, hips lift high. Full wheel, maybe you're pressing through your arms. Everybody breathe, 3 more big breaths. And then come back down. Good. This time, hug your knees. Give yourself that nice little squeeze and a little bit of rock, side to side. Then take your feet straight up to the sky. Hands come next to your hips. You can stay right here, lifting the legs, stretching. By flexing the feet, you stretch the back of the legs. Or if you'd like to get upside down a little bit more, we'll take it up to a shoulder stand. So for shoulder standers, you drop your feet up and over into plow pose first, then hands to your back, then legs lift high to the sky. You breathe here. Wherever you are, shoulder stand or spine on the mat, legs up, 5 more breaths. Embrace the shaking. It means the muscles are learning and getting stronger. Shoulder standers, go back to your plow pose, toes up and over your head. And then everybody roll out onto your back. Legs straight, thighs zipped together. We're gonna take a last little core work moment. Legs are straight, we're lowering them down to the ground for 10, 9, 8, press your low back into the mat, 7, 6, 5, halfway, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Take a wiggle. Oh, I was on the block. And then hug your knees into your chest. Rock a little side to side. When you're ready, take a few rocks forward and back, up and down your spine, until you come all the way up, and then you can just keep it going. Hands come down to the mat, step your legs back, and there's your down dog. Big breath in down dog. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last little bit of love for our outer hips. Let's take the right leg high to the sky one last time. And then step it forward, half pigeon pose. So your shin of the right leg is working to be straight across the front edge of the mat. Lift your chest up. Try to find center between the hips. You're not sitting off to the right or the left. If you're floating up in the air, stick something underneath the right side of your hips. It'll help hold some of your weight, take some of the strain out of it, generally make it a more enjoyable moment. And then forward fold. My hope for you in this pose is that you can stop working. So see what you can do to rest your head. Maybe your forehead is on the hands or the floor. Soften your eyes and your jaw, shoulders, all the muscles down your back. Notice as you soften, you might even be sinking in a little deeper to the ground. We'll take 3 more breaths in this half pigeon pose. If there are other variations that just make more sense in your body, you are always encouraged to explore those as well. All right, when you're ready, find your way back up to down dog, so your chest will lift up. Take one more big stretch of the right leg high and place it down. Same thing for the other side, so left foot reaches high up and back. And then step it forward, half pigeon, bringing the left shin way up towards the top of the mat. Hands lift, or hands walk back so your chest can lift high. And again, if you're floating a bit off the ground, stick something underneath the left side of your hips. And then find your forward fold. I feel like a broken record, but I always like to remind you that your right side and your left side might not be perfectly symmetrical. It's okay if one side feels different than the other. Notice that, work with that, and ultimately just relax, take some breath. Nice and easy. Make your way up and back to that 3-legged dog. Left leg reaches high, stretch it out long, and place it down. Big breath in. Big exhale. Look forward, step hopper, float feet through, and straighten your legs out front. Flex the toes up towards the sky. Reach your hands up high, really sit tall. And then hinging from at the hips, tip forward. When you can't hinge with a flat back anymore, then go ahead and round, dropping the head, kind of collapsing over your legs. Use your inhale to rise back up. Arms reach forward, round your spine like the letter C. Tuck your chin to your chest and slowly make your way down onto your back. Sorry, I'm just trying to check the time so I don't keep you here all day and my watch doesn't want to tell me. Hug your right knee in. We're just going to take a quick twist. Drop it over to the left. Just a breath there. Back to the center, switch sides. Left knee hugs in, right leg straightens. Twist and breathe. Back to the center, hug both knees in, curl into a little ball. And on an exhale, release everything out for Shavasana. And as you lie here for just a few moments, repeat the same process we've been taking through class of checking in with yourself. How's your body? How's your breath? How's your mind? You are welcome to ignore me and stay here in Shavasana for as long as you like. But if you need to keep moving with your day, go ahead and wiggle your fingers and toes. Stretch your arms over your head, turn onto one side, and then make your way up to seated. Bringing the hands to the heart, eyes can close. Before closing out your practice, just take a moment and tell yourself thank you. Thank yourself for taking this time to take care of you. And then we'll take 3 breaths together. We inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bowing forward, we honor this practice of yoga for all it has to teach us, mind, body, spirit, on the mat and off. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice with me today. Let me know if you have any questions or feedback. Always love to hear from you. And if not, have a great week.